Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dylan Ryan and welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is when should I form a team? And I'm gonna tell you everything that I've done over the last 5 years, which is working as a solo indie game developer. And there's advantages and disadvantages of that. One of the advantages is that you're gonna get to learn everything and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a lot of work. And there are times when you're going to be doing development, there are times when you're going to be doing graphic design, you're going to be doing marketing. Right now I'm doing YouTube videos so that I can, let everybody know what the process of creating a game is, what the process of launching in a studio is. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of, it's a lot to take in as a solo developer. So for the last couple of days, what I've been thinking about is how can I do what I love, which is coding and creating games and designing games, and at the same time actually keep making videos because I love talking to you. I love telling you what I'm going through and being as honest as I can about the process. But there's just so much that you can do, especially when you have you have a family, you have kids, you have a day job. There's just so much time, limited time, that you can expend to everything. So I think I got into that point, and some of the things that I've been doing recently, and something that I did actually today, is I started looking at everybody that I met over the last few years of making indie games. And a lot of the people that I met, some people were able to finish their games, some people were just people that had great ideas, but they actually never finished their games. Other people, I had great conversations about. So I started thinking about and writing down everybody that I know right now that, I know they're gonna help me. I know they're gonna be super excited about joining a team that I wanna form. So that's what I did today. I went down and selected 2 people. And these 2 people are people that I know that are gonna be able to help me. I know that they're really, really good workers and they share my same vision. And that's what I'm doing now. I asked them for help and they were excited about joining my team, and I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start seeing how things work out with working with a larger team. In the past, I've been able to hire freelancers and have them help me in certain areas, but it wasn't actually the coding aspects of it. These 2 members that I'm gonna be adding, they're going to be doing everything. They're going to be doing level design. They're going to be doing a lot of the coding pieces. But what I'm going to be doing is basically leading the project. I'm the one that basically came up with the idea of the game. I have a vision for the entire game. I'm designing the game. I'm designing the game mechanics. So what I need from them is to actually help me with some of the level design, some of the coding, because I'm going to have a lot of different mechanics in the game. I'm going to have them do some of the the input controllers on the keyboard, some of the touch controllers on the iOS devices, on the Android devices. So that's really what I really intended for this video, is that sometimes you have to step back and say, okay, how can I leverage somebody else's skills to help you finish a project? For the longest time, I've been wanting to do everything myself, and I think you're gonna get to a point in your studio that it's gonna be really hard for you to do everything, and you can there's just so much time that you can use to be able to scale. And if you want to grow, I think it's gonna get to that point where you need to get help from other people. So expanding my team, getting developers, getting graphic designers, that's what's gonna be my task in the next few days. And this is going to be for the augmented reality game that I'm doing right now. If I could say, and recommend you to do something, I would recommend you to do that, but I would recommend you that you're very careful to who you have joining your team. I had a lot of bad experiences in the past with people, being super excited about joining the team, but then they didn't produce anything, or I had to follow up with them consistently. So you want to make sure that you're qualifying your team members carefully, people that that are gonna finish a game, that have finished games in the past, or at least have something that they can show you that they completed and it's related to your vision. You wanna have somebody that has created things that are, aligned with what your vision is for the studio. Not somebody that it's gonna be completely changing the way that you work. You want to give them, enough freedom to be innovative, but at the same time, you want to make sure that they share your vision. They share your vision of what you want that game to be. You want to make sure that you set rules from the very beginning to let them know what their role is, what is it that you're expecting from them, how much time are you expecting from them to be involved in your project. You want to make sure that you do that from the very beginning. The other thing that is very important, and it depends on how your deal works out, if you're doing, revenue sharing, or you're paying them out, you want to talk about that from the very beginning. You want to be as straight up as you can. In the past, I was a little bit nervous about those topics, but you want to tell them right away what is it that you're expecting, how much, if it's a revenue sharing project, how much are you willing to give out, and then negotiate, and just basically talk about that right from the very beginning before you move on to actually working in the project. Because a lot of times I found that you might start working on the project, and just because you're concerned or you're a little bit nervous about discussing some of those things, what happens is the project actually dies. So make sure that you do that from the very beginning. Make sure that you have contracts from the very beginning. And if you need a lawyer, get a lawyer, have all that paperwork done, and then move on and have fun creating the game. So I hope this was helpful, guys. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. And I'll be telling you a little bit more about this process. And when I release the game, I'll let you know about how it went with the team, how the game is doing, and give you more facts about my experience with working with a new team. So thank you again, guys, and don't forget to share. I appreciate your time. Thank you, guys.